Hello friends, we are out here today fishing by myself. I think Derek had to go to the dentist appointment, but we're out here trying to catch a few out here in the beautiful mountain lakes in northeast Georgia. I've been catching them pretty good. Yesterday sucked. I caught one, Derek caught one. We're out here, see if I can get a cast to catch. Been looking around shallow. Been a real stable weather pattern, but you know, seeing some little bluegills. Not shallow. When I start seeing the flats come to life, which happens a lot earlier than a lot of people think, you'll start seeing some bass come in there. We can start running that Memphis fluke, catching them. But today, we're gonna do the tried and true, what I've been catching them on. You know what that is. Doesn't seem like they're... You never know when they're generating current out here. Usually in the summertime they generate it at night. In the wintertime they generate it during the day. And then I guess everything changes. Everything changes when it rains, when we get a lot of rain. Let's see, there's been a school. Get a bite. Since there's no current, they'll probably be positioned. There's always a little current. There's been a pike here. He ate like 4 of my baits the other day. I never caught him. He just bit the tail off him. It didn't look like they ran water. I don't know, because the scum line's up ahead of me. And usually, like when they've been running water, the scum line's a mile down the river here, spillway. There's a shad wrap hanging in a tree up there. I mean, it's like just a little too high. It's like a little too high to try to get. I want to get it though. Come on now. Come on now. Congratulations to the guys at the QC South that won Santee Tingbu. He's a freaking ungodly hammer. And Yak and Zach Fishing, he caught 2 good ones. He was on a bag. He would have had a good bag if he would have caught 2 more. I know where he was fishing, that place. I've had like great days where he was fishing, and I've had like crummy days, and I've been there and there's been like a 3 million boat bass tournament. Need to get more cast to catch on the channel instead of doing beauty shots all the time. I brought the red crankbait. We don't, like, for some reason, we don't catch a lot of bass on the red crankbait around here. I mean, for these lakes. And like, I know crayfish are in here, but like you never see crayfish in their throat. You never see like dead crayfish at the boat ramp. Like, just don't see a lot of crayfish action here. I mean, they're here. They're in every lake and stream, and I know they eat them. I can't even remember. It's the last time I've seen some like crayfish antennas. And I don't eat the bass, so I don't really know the content of their stomach. Other big spotted bass on the red crankbait. Could be onto something. Could have been missing the boat. Get my grips. I want to get a bunch of trebles. Ugh. Man, he's fat. He's not super long, but he's fat. He had one hook in him, but it was in him. I always upgrade the hooks. Okay, here it is, right here. The anticipation is over. Boom. Look at that. That's worth a gratuitous. I'm gonna measure this one in the boat. We're in the native. We're trying to get some exercise. Gained like 4 pounds when I went to Florida because fishing sucked, but the pizza was good. Ate out everywhere. This will be an interesting camera angle. Alright, the one jump off yesterday. It sucked. He's about the same size. $18 3/4. He didn't give me a hard time. Ooh. Let's do a native, old school slayer release. Old school slayer release. I don't see too many of these boats around. There he goes. Creaky old bones in there. Let's see if we can catch one. Always stick to a routine. Immediately put your phone away. It's kind of weird. They're not. They've been running current. There's like no current. Let's see if we can catch another one of these big spots. I thought I was snagged. Better crank my drag down a little bit. Starting to hit the bottom. There's a lot of goo on the bottom here. A lot of crud. Here's the crankbait. I don't even know. It's not an Ozark Trail. It's one, like, I'm always, for some reason, the last guy when they do a raffle, like at a kayak tournament, when you do a live, like, weigh-in type of deal. And Vinny always has, like, the most generous table. I mean, you want to talk about, we're talking about rods, lithium batteries, just killer, like, hoodies and just good stuff. He gets a lot of things from companies, you know, to give away. But it always seems like I'm like the last or the second to last guy, and like I I did win a kayak one time. I can't complain too much for catching a 14 1/4 inch fish, but like usually the last two things on the table are a pack of pink worms, which I've gotten before, which is still sitting there, and it was a 2-pack of these red crankbaits. They didn't have hooks on them or anything, so I put hooks on them, and I've used them over the years and never caught anything on them, but I've caught like two bass and 2 good spots on them in 2 days. But like one of the reasons why is Abide Fishing. Josh from Abide Fishing is a good channel. Check him out. He went to Sandy Cooper, and he had like a couple of those Ozark Trails, and he put it on, and he dang near won the tournament. He was 1 fish away from winning the tournament, didn't complete a limit, but he caught like 3 over 20. And I was like, man, so I bought a bunch of them. Then I've thrown those too, never caught anything, but I don't know. I did catch my PB spot on a red crankbait, Strike King. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can catch another one. Look at that giant perch. God, what a jumbo. Look at that guy. He's all lit up. He's going in the box. Let's get a measure on him for sure. $14 3/4. Tail down. Alright, he's gonna go in the box. 14 3/4. There he is, right there.